Hi, Jeff Merrill in Roach Harbor at the Selene Rendezvous with Russ and Missie Low aboard their Selene 53 Melissa Lynn. How many years ago did we find this boat and buy it?
8 years.
2017.
2017, so it's 2025 now. You guys have done some amazing things to bring this boat back to her glory. And this is the very first Selene 53. This really is a very important boat in the history of the Selene brand. They have done everything they can to make it brand new, and we're going to do a tour around here. This boat is not for sale, right?
No.
No.
Okay. No, we just wanted to give you an idea of what a Selene 53 looks like, what one of the first ones, actually the first one looked like, and what Russ and Missie have done, labors of love, to make her look better. So one of the first things to point out is the swim platform. So Russ, tell me a little bit about that.
The original swim platform had davits mounted to it that didn't get resealed properly, so the coring got saturated, and we opted to just, rather than rebuild it, take it off and build a new platform. So we are friends with a master shipwright at home, and Missy and I built this on our own under his supervision, of course.
Yeah.
We're real pleased with the way it came out.
Came out great. So let's bring the camera aboard, and you might notice there's a beautiful paint job. That was one of the most recent projects you've done on the hull and the top sides.
That's the biggest project we've done to date on this boat. It took 6 months total. Over the winter at Platypus Marine in Port Angeles, and
They did a great job.
yeah, and they actually allowed us to participate, and we did most of the hardware removal and the better part of the reinstall the hardware on our own. So.
Yeah, good point. Hardware removal. A lot of the bedding on older boats eventually deteriorates. So if you're going to do it, that's the time. And you guys really have almost had your hands on every part of this boat.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's it's a great way to learn where everything's at, because some of these places you gotta be a contortionist.
Well, and Russ is retired and he's looking for work. So if you need any projects on your boat, call Missy and see if we can get them on the schedule. Or Howard, who's going to probably come by later and see us, may need to hire Russ as a consultant to come over to the yard. But come on aboard. Let's look at the outside. So the decks have also been painted.
Yes.
And you added some texture to the nuts. Oh, thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah, it's all grip text that was added to the paint so that when the non-skid was painted over, it didn't become more slippery.
Yeah.
I think that came out really nicely.
I don't think we have time really to go in the lazarette, but you've added a water maker in the lazarette. What else in the lazarette? New batteries or?
Batteries are on the engine room, but yeah, nothing new in there other than the water maker.
Well, we converted the freezer.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
We converted it to keel cooled, which then made
Doesn't look
it
any
12
different.
volt instead of 120 volt.
The
That's a nice improvement.
burner system.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you've redone all the windows, and we want this maybe good. You took all, and how many windows are there?
19.
And how do you know that? Because you took them all out,
Yes.
measured them, and instead of the painted windows with the paint was bubbling, they just get a little bit tired over time. You've gone with the anodized aluminum,
Yes.
and then you had to surface mount them instead of flush mount, but they look fabulous.
The original ones were unusual, that the original ones were surface mounted.
Okay.
Which made it easier to replace them.
Yes. Okay.
We didn't have to do
4
a
or 5
lot
holes
of
they did that, I think.
Yeah.
removing of teak on the interior.
Okay.
So that made it easier.
Great. Cap rails beautifully varnished. If you've been on Selene 53s, you know a lot of the features. But this is beautiful. Got some teak. You added these little line holders. There's
Yes.
a couple of these here. Let's go look. Let's go forward. We'll have the camera come up and maybe position here so you're not directly into the sun. And Russ and Missy, why don't we come over here? So several projects up on the foredeck. One of them is the beautiful Ultra Anchor, which is right here. That fits beautifully. You added the stoppers and the supports. And Russ, you added these too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Those were built. There's 40 layers of glass in those, and they were built strong enough so that we can ride on anchor on that. We still use a bridle, but it's more than strong enough to ride on anchor.
And the whole platform itself had to be redone.
Yeah, we had some water intrusion in there, so we had it re-cored and then put this beautiful stainless plate over it, which actually
Missy polished. And give me the 2-minute version of how many different grits of sandpaper you did.
We started with, I believe, 200?
That's how you polish stainless.
And moved up 200, 400, all the way up to, I believe it was 1,500. Then it was polishing wheel.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. It's fabulous.
It's quite the project.
Yeah, well, many man hours or woman hours involved.
Something to be proud of.
Yeah. Okay, well, so just continuing on the deck, really feels comfortable. There's a little bit of dew for this morning. You redid the hinges too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Here and on the chain locker.
Mm-hmm.
This is new canvas here. Good handrail, which was with the boat. Here's another line holder. Come on around. Let's go finish doing a tour. You mentioned, Russ, when we were talking yesterday about the curved windows were problematic because they're difficult to fabricate.
Yeah.
Yes.
The manufacturer for the window frames didn't want to make these bends in the windows. So the shipwright we were using took molds of each side, and he hand built these frames, just the curved frames out of fiberglass, and painted them to match. And I mean, you'd be hard pressed.
So this is aluminum. This is fiberglass. You cannot tell.
No.
Fabulous
It'll last
job.
forever.
Oh, forever?
Yes.
That's a guarantee?
Yes.
We don't try to use words like all or every or forever, but that's okay. Forever, that's good. Well, then let's stick with that. Yes.
The fiberglass will last forever, maybe not the paint.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go look at the inside and see some of the projects that have been done in here.
But that's my habit. Cabinets open. I got to give you something to look out for.
Okay, so you guys have done a lot of things in here as well, and why don't you tell us what we've been doing?
Well, we replaced every bit of the refrigeration in here. Went from
Come on up.
The original Norcold units, which were still functioning and okay, but they were a little dated.
You got the Vitrifrigos?
Vitrifrigo, 2 freezer drawers, refrigerator on top, and we've got a second. I call it the beer fridge.
I call it the vegetable fridge.
I like beer fridge.
Yeah. I like that too.
That really came out great. And Missy, can you open up that bottom one? Because that was a custom,
Yes.
the
This
bottom
is a
drawer.
custom drawer. I ordered the handle to match, and we had this drawer built for extra long storage, really. And then we had a stainless friend who made the front.
Yeah, it blends right
So
in.
that
Looks.
yeah, it just was seamless.
And this Force 10, is that?
Brand new.
We put that in
Last year.
about this time last year.
Works great. We added the carpet.
Carpet looks
just to
great.
keep it kind of, homey and
Yeah.
Ultimately, we'll refinish the floors again at some point, but carpet in the meantime, we'll probably keep some carpet to a certain extent.
Okay. One of the great features about this earlier one, and not all the Selene 53s have it, is the stairway access here.
right.
So normally you would just go straight up to the pilot. You lose a little bit of storage space, but you have great access. Why don't we go down there, look at the staterooms, come back up to the pilot house? But you can go up to the pilot house from here or down to the lower level. We'll follow you down.
Okay.
What's nice about having this extra stair is that you have guests on board, and we're in the master. You close this door, and we've got separate entries, and we don't have to.
Yes, I'm going to sneak by you just to get great amount of space in here. Engine room right here, which we can do a little visit there before we leave this area. But have you done much in this area?
Not
Just
a
a new
lot.
mattress.
Okay.
And bedding. Put
But
the TV mount up.
24-year-old boat. I mean, everything looks great. No, I
Right.
don't see wood damage or stains. And you were telling me, Misty, that these towel racks you got in Jamaica
Yes.
on vacation. That's what was at the resort. Just kind of
Yes.
customize it, personalize it.
Yes, at the resort.
It's
Yeah.
a resort we go to every year, and we've always liked those. So we asked them if we could get some, and they helped us out.
Yeah.
I thought they'd look great on the boat. Gives us a lot of our artwork and things are from our travels.
Yeah. Oh, in fact, over here, if you look, this is you guys spent some time in Ireland before Russ
Yes.
retired, and that was a castle that you barricaded yourselves
That's my
into and
favorite
took
castle.
over for which castle is that?
Dunluce. It's
Dunluce.
in, Northern Ireland.
Okay. Full length mirror here, head is right here. Russ, why don't you go in the engine room and then we'll have the camera follow you in and talk about a little bit about what's going on in there. Missy and I can just kind of hang. I'll take this. Okay. I'm following you, Russ.
Okay.
Now you've had a few projects in here.
Yeah. We just recently put new engine mounts in. While we were in the yard getting painted, I had the shaft pulled and we installed a new prop to smooth things out a little bit.
You went from 4-blade to 5-blade, if I recall?
5-blade, yeah.
Okay.
And that we had a little bit of a vibration and that cured it.
Good. Got the Westerbeek generator here.
We have had the transmission out once just to have it checked out because we had another part we were working on the main engine, and it pays to service those things while you have them removed.
Yeah, everything it's labeled, accessible, looks very clean, does not look 24 years old at all. And a lot of it is new.
I like that this is a mechanical diesel also, makes it much simpler to work on.
Right.
This is a great engine.
How many hours?
We're close to 6,000 now, and the engine's still running strong.
Okay.
I expect to get somewhere between 10 and 15 out of it, probably.
Oh, easy, yeah. The way you look after it, too. And I like this little workbench here. There's some pretty neat ideas that were here. Look at your fuel board.
We put this water pump system in as well. The old Paragon Senior that was in here had developed a leak, and after putting a seal kit in it, it wouldn't reseal, and so we built this water pump board here with some redundancy built into it. If one pump fails, we've always got a backup running.
This is a great feature that you've added here. Explain what that is.
It's a freshwater flush system. If we want to, I can turn the domestic water system on, open this valve, and flush it start the engine.
You're going to leave the boat for a couple days or a long time, you're leaving fresh water in it.
Where we normally moor at, we're in fresh water, so I don't use it a lot, but when we're up here in the salt water, we do.
There's no reason why every boat shouldn't have something like that, in my opinion, when they have the seawater sitting in their salt water for a long time. That's not good. Good. All right, well, let's pop back out here. On her head. And I'll turn the camera back over here. And let's go forward. Missie. You stay here. Russ, pop in here.
Okay.
And Missie, tell me about laundry on board.
What do you want to know?
Well, what's in here? I'm guessing that it might be laundry.
This is a washer.
Splendid washer.
A Splendid washer.
Not a combo.
No.
And the reason is?
There was a combo in here, but it was not vented. Maybe they didn't have that option back in the day. I don't know. But I decided since we were cruising to Alaska on a long term that I wanted to replace the washer. So I opted just to go with the washer option only and not spend the extra money on.
They're not known for their drying capabilities anyway. It's a friendly way to maybe put that.
Right.
But you had to get the old one out.
Correct.
And that involved this hatch here
Being removed.
removed. The old one coming out, big gantry system over to the dock, new one came in. It was a one-day project?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
a
really
one-day
probably a 2 or 3 day project, but
It all got done. By the time everything arrived, you were ready to go.
we were tired at the end of that day.
So, Russ, we know how to wash the clothes. What are we going to do for drying? Oh,
well,
camera person.
the boat didn't come equipped with a dryer when we purchased it, so we through another 53 owner told us about these 110 volt dryers that are very inexpensive. This was only, I think, $200, Missy,
Maybe $250.
and it works spectacularly. It's a temporary mount here. We're going to leave it here, but we have yet to cabinet this in and route the vent permanently, but we haven't figured out how we're going to do that yet. So this is how it stands for now.
That's
But
good.
it works great.
Yeah. That's really clever. Okay, let's come forward. I'm in the head and shower up here, and then we've got the V-berth guest stateroom all the way forward. You've rebedded all the deck hardware,
Yes.
hatches,
Everything has been
cleats, rails, everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Everything has been rebedded.
And you said new mattress, so even one of the beds was rebedded.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Oh, wow. Who is this guy, and why is he saying stuff like that? All right. The Tecma toilets are great.
No, we haven't had any trouble with those. We just perform.
Yeah, that's not something you want to have trouble
I called
with.
and asked if there are any parts that we need for our long-term cruise, and they said, nope, those are great toilets.
Yep,
You don't need anything.
that's good. Okay, well, let's go up to the pilot house. Ladies first.
Okay.
Handsome men next.
All right. That means you, though.
No, come on. We'll toss a coin. I'm going to get all the way over here, out of the way. Okay, Russ, we've got what looks like some Garmin electronics. I don't remember those 7 years ago or 8 years ago.
Well, they were Garmin before, but they were much, much smaller. While we were in the yard over the winter, we bought new electronics and took the opportunity to reconfigure the dash while the prep work was getting done on the hull. Put 17-inch screens in, mainly because we had 10 inches before, and that made it very difficult to view
See
radar.
Not as easy to see, yeah. Did you have a monochrome green radar?
No, it was red and black, but when the screens are that small, it makes
But did you have AIS overlay on? I don't even remember.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so at least at that vintage. This is a great area up here. Look at how big this pilot house is. And this is new, right?
We put that in a couple weeks ago.
New. Yeah.
Put it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are hands-on.
We are.
We enjoy working on it most of the time.
We've been involved in every project on
So
this
if you
boat.
have a Selene or another yacht, you want to come park right next to Melissa Lynn and see if Russ is around and Missy's around and just ask a couple of questions. We don't think our toilet's working properly. Oh, we'll come over and take a look.
That's the only thing we don't do.
You have a lot of tools, though, in the engine room. We didn't even cover all that.
I like to have plenty of tools around, and I'm probably over-equipped according to most people, but it pays to have them around when you need them.
So I kind of heard that everything except for toilets. So that's good to know for your fellow boaters out there. All right, so then here is the stairway that you come up from the salon if you wanted to. And then the room with the view is up top. Let's go aloft. Okay, Missy, what do we have going on up here? We got a couple of chairs.
We have a couple of chairs.
This is a new Garmin too.
No,
No,
that one is.
Was that okay?
That was the original.
That was on when we bought it.
The hour meter reads 5,900 exactly right now. Is that right?
Oh, it does.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that would be
Wow,
right.
yeah.
Real close to 6,000.
Bow and stern thruster, again, great visibility. You did some work here. This all looks,
Yeah, we've got
Yes.
1,000 watts of solar sewn into this Bimmin. And it's been a great addition. It's really cut our generator run time, provided the sun's out, but it was worth doing.
Our original Bimini was smaller, so we had it enlarged and added the brow so that we could put 5 solar panels up there.
yeah, I like the brow. That makes sense. You've got a FLIR, Starlink. This deck up here was also redone when you did everything.
Yes.
The entire boat's been painted.
All of that's been rebedded. Yes. We
Dinghy.
have this box for, we have this box for that we store canvas in.
Okay. Yeah, you have a lot of
All the
canvas.
off.
Yeah.
We have a lot of canvas. Yes.
Yeah, the only thing we didn't get repainted in this process was the mast and boom, and we just ran out of time and budget. And we'll probably get that done over the next year or two as well.
I'd like to point out, being a sailor, that you got red lines on the port side and green lines on the starboard
Our
side.
shipwright's a sailor, and that was his doing.
I love it. Yeah, that's good. That's
We
smart.
had to rig this so we could work the boom from back here.
Yeah, that's a nice setup. What type of tender do you have?
It's an Achilles, and it's okay. We'll probably upgrade to a little bit larger high field next year.
Okay.
This is new.
Oh, you've got a new base.
Yes, we have that built, powder coated.
That looks great.
Covers all of the wires that go down into
Yep.
the
It's just a little shroud for all of that.
yeah.
Nice housing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the stairway down to the cockpit. And you
Yes.
have a little turret there. I like how you got your jerry jugs installed and mounted with straps.
Yeah, I've got that set up so that I can remove it, and we put solid fiberglass plugs in where it mounts, so that you remove that and you've just got 4 bolt heads when that's out. So we only use that when we're going north for months at a time.
Good. Couple of harpoons. Oh wait, no, those are boat hooks. All right.
Boat hooks.
There are harpoons to her when I'm misbehaving.
Wow, that is very impressive. I hope you have a better idea of what really started the whole Selene 53 thing and was instrumental in building the Selene brand. And you guys have really, we got to get Howard over here to come see it, because I know he remembered the original owner. The original, is it Jerry?
Jerry Dow
was the original owner.
And you are the 5th owner.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I think we've had it longer than anybody else.
Well, you've had plenty of time to make improvements, so.
We're going to keep doing
We've enjoyed working on it, cruising on it. It's a perfect boat for us.
We try to limit the project time to whatever we can get done that doesn't cut us out of the next cruising season.
Right. So it's April. We're in Roach Harbor. You're up at in the San Juan Islands, and you're planning to go to Alaska this summer?
Yes.
And what's the schedule for that?
Mid-May, we'll probably leave.
Yep.
We'll go back to Port Angeles for a few days, run home to Oregon to take care of a few last-minute things, come back, and then take off for
Head to Alaska.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
We plan to be home sometime back to home in Oregon sometime end of September.
And where's the list of to-do projects for when you come back? Do you have that? Have you started that yet?
Yes.
We got a mental list of what we're going to tackle next winter, yes.
Okay. All right. So there's always something to do on a boat, always something to learn on a boat, and fantastic to spend time with you guys. I can't believe you've had it this long, and you've really completely refreshed and restored the boat. Well done. Thank you. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks everybody for watching. This is a TrawlAboard tour, and we've had fun showing you the boat. And Russ and Missy, well done. Thank you. Hey trawler friends, thank you for watching the video. We love doing these videos. It's great having you on board, great being out on the water. We do have over 100 videos on the JMYS YouTube channel. If you would like to subscribe, you can click the button. If you'd like a reminder on when the next video is going to show up, you can click the bell. That'll give you a reminder. We really appreciate it when you give us those thumbs up. Thank you very much for that. We also like your comments. We like to respond to your comments. So please keep watching. Thank you for your encouragement. If you'd like to watch some other videos, we have a couple of them over here to click on. And there's always something new coming on the JMYS YouTube channel. Stay tuned and we'll stay in touch. Look forward to watching you and you watching me. Thank you.